got a couple questions last night. One of them is how do we add assignments that aren't typically things that you would want to put in a module, things that students really don't do? How do I add a participation assignment, like a grade? Like in RenWeb, I used to be able to just go in and plug something in and put in points. A student would never see it as necessarily an assignment. Well, in Canvas, there's no real way to create grades without them being assignments. So there's a couple ways to go about this, though. So you might not necessarily want to put them in as a module, like inside a module, but you can still put things inside the gradebook. For example, let's go ahead and click on my human geography class. And so you're going to see in my module, they're mostly tasks and things that my students need. All right, so there's a quiz here, and then they need to read this thing, and then there's this assignment they need to complete, and so forth, right? And so that stuff starts popping up on my grade book. But they aren't necessarily things, they're all things that students would need to do something about. But say I was going to grade them on participation. That's a good question. Well, on my side, I would click on grades just to see what's going on here. All right, so you can see that things are getting graded, things are getting turned in, and so forth. So I need to create an assignment, but it's not assignment necessarily that I might want to have in my module, because in my module, my kids are going to be in there and they're going to be looking at things that they need to do. So what I can go is to assignments. Don't do it through the modules. The students don't see assignments here in this way. But you could create an assignment in a particular category. So you're going to start seeing your category being filled out by things that you're putting in, right? So here are my formative, here are my summative, right? I'm not sure what your grade breakdown is in your department is, but when I go to add an assignment, so I hit plus assignment, and you're going to start seeing that same thing that I would add in here. So let's say I wanted to do some kind of assignment, some kind of participation for the week. So let's say 1/14/19 weekly participation, something like that, right? And I would just make a note on what the thing is, right? It's not going to be an assignment that the student is going to do something about, right? But I might say like this, I'll get all the caps, this is a graded participation, right? So forth. Participation of the weekly class work, whatever, so forth. Right now I might hit a point value here, 10, and I'll pick the category, so it's going to be informative. Now here's where the rubber meets the road. So it's submission type. They're not submitting anything, right? I'm not having them submit it on paper, so there's no submission. It's not something the student can do anything about. I'm just making them aware that there's a grade that's coming right there, right? And so then I would hit the date. So I'm going to hit, since it's going to be the whole week, I'll just hit the 18th. Okay. Now, I'll publish this to show you. I'll go back and delete it. But so say I hit save and publish. All right. You'll notice that since I didn't put it anywhere in my modules, it's not going to show up in my modules anywhere, right? So when the student is still going through kind of the week, they're not going to see it in the modules. It will be in the grades, however, right? So it'll start popping up. You can see right here. So that's the weekly participation. The one place they will see it, however, is if you go to the calendar as a student, they're going to see the assignment. This is where they'll see all their assignments. So they can see it right here. So this is going to happen on Friday. Now, if the student clicks on this, it's going to take them, it tells us what it is. They can click on it, it'll take them there to explain what it is. They can't do anything about it because it says submit nothing, and it's 10 points. But at least it's transparent that you're grading them on whatever it is, whether it's some kind of discussion, expectation, or some kind of artistic performance, right? I could really see this at play in the visual and performing arts. So making a particular, pot or something. I have no idea, in ceramics or in band, how well they're playing their instrument, whatever that looks like. So hopefully that helps you all, and have a great day.